So we went through pretty much everything when it comes to Figma. I just want to show you a couple of more things. So for example, if you were working with styles, as soon as you click on some empty areas in your canvas, you're going to get a list of all your styles and you can work on them in here and change them. You can also delete them by hitting right click and then delete style. So like this, delete style. It's not refreshing at the moment, and maybe because I'm not actually using my my mouse, I'm just using my trackpad, but that's the way to delete it. All of your recent plugins can be in here. You can always remove that. You can change the background color of a particular file like this. And one of the other things that I kind of shown you in the beginning, but then stopped it at in like a middle of it, is other things that we have on the menu. So now that we went through everything, I just want to make sure that you understand that you can always use menus like this to navigate further in your design search. So file, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to be found in here. When it comes to objects, you're going to have things like grouping selections, creating sections, framing selections, all of those things in here. You can also use a mask through here. You can create components, add auto layouts, detach instances, which is something connected to components, which we did not cover in this beginner course because it's a really advanced topic. But if you want to learn how to use components and create really systemized ways of designing, again, take a look at our advanced Figma course where we go into detail on how to use Figma for actual UX and UI work. You can bring things to the front of the layer list or the front of your frame that this layer is in. Again, same things with sending it to the back. Either it's the back of the entire layer list or the back of your frame if that layer is within a frame. Flipping things horizontally, vertically, rotating, all of those things you can find in here. A lot of the options for text you can also find in here, even though I've never went here to do that. I always use the design panel on the right after I select the text. You can also do some arrangements in here, and that's one of the things that I didn't show you, and I want to use this video to demonstrate. Basically, if you create a couple of layers, it can be frames, it can be anything. As you can see, I'm kind of using Command D or Control D if you're on Windows to duplicate items, and Figma is going to remember the last kind of distance that I used for duplicating, so it's just going to repeat it for me. If I select all of these items, there are some options in here that appear. It only appears if I have more than one item selected or if I'm within a frame. So you can see that I have 5 items selected. I can just group them all together. I can move them all to the left side, to the right side, to the top, middle or bottom, which doesn't happen because none of them have any kind of thing change. So I'm just gonna kind of rearrange them a little bit to show you what this actually does. So you can see all of them move to the top, all of them move to the middle, all of them move to the bottom, and you can always use tidy up, and Figma is gonna tidy up these layers for you. You can distribute vertical spacing, or you can distribute horizontal spacing, which means that now all of these are evenly distributed as well. If you select more than one item and then use the tidy up function, there are going to be a couple of options in here as well that you can use to create really nice looking grids. And in here you can rearrange items by clicking and dragging them around. It might be a little bit easier to see if I change some colors on these, so I'll just do that quickly. Let's make this one blue, and let's make this one really bright yellow. And now you can see me kind of rearrange items. So as soon as there are some rules, like if they're evenly spaced from left to right or top to bottom, horizontally or vertically, you're gonna have these options in here to kind of control the spacings, and you're also going to be able to change how they're positioned. So in here, if I drag this one on the top, you can now see that I can only kind of drag them left and right. There is no way for me to drag them top to bottom, because it's gonna require an additional field in here that only happens if there are some similarities in distances there. So yeah, some other things in Figma that I didn't mention anywhere else, because as we were working, none of these things really made sense as a separate lesson. So I kind of shown you some of the additional things in the single video at the end. Hopefully you learned a lot with this course. Thank you once again for learning with us. We really appreciate you, and you can always let us know via email, in our Instagram DMs, however you decide to reach us. You can always let us know if there's something that you want us to update or explain a little bit further, and with an additional update to this course, you might get just that, because as you do know, you're going to have lifetime updates to this course, as we do offer with all of our other products. So if all of this was helpful, if you learned a lot and you want to take it one step further, please do take a look at our Figma Advanced course. You're going to learn a lot more about how to use Figma for UX and UI design. So thank you once again.